Hello everybody, Anthony from Grandstand Sports Data here. Today we are doing a video on the types of sports bets you will see when betting on most sports. This video is an introductory course or sports betting 101. I would even go as far to say that this content is pre-101. So if you're an experienced sports bettor, this video may not be for you, but best believe our future content will have much more in-depth material. So here are some things to remember throughout this presentation. This presentation is Sports Betting 101 material, or pre-101 material. Also, this presentation is made based on American odds, so there are no European odds in this presentation. Lastly, and probably most importantly, please bet responsibly. The money line. Moneyline odds are relative to the number 100 and are shown with 3 or more digit numbers with a positive or a minus sign. Each side of a sports bet has its own money line, whether it's a head-to-head matchup or a competition with more than two competitors, such as a home run derby or betting on a future for a Super Bowl champion. In short, moneyline bets just refer to betting a team or a competitor to win the competition outright. Betting moneyline favorites. When you see a minus in front of a money line, this indicates a favorite and shows you the amount that needs to be wagered to profit $100. If you look below at the San Francisco 49ers playing the Los Angeles Rams, the San Francisco 49ers are the favorite at minus 250. The minus 250 means you have to bet $250 to profit $100. Or you can bet as little as $2.50 to profit $1. Next, the equation is 100 divided by the favorite odds, and then you multiply that by your bet amount, and this will give you the profit. Now, the reason I display the equation is not to spin you in a circle with math, but maybe someday you build a model and will need these equations to be plugged into your Excel sheet. Next is betting moneyline underdogs, and you will see a positive sign with them. When you see a plus or no sign at all in front of a money line, this indicates an underdog and shows you the amount that you would profit for every $100 bet. So if you look below, same instance, Los Angeles Rams at San Francisco 49ers. Los Angeles Rams are the plus 190. They are the underdog. This means that you have to bet $100 to profit $190, or you can bet as little as $1 for a $1.90 profit. Now the equation for this is the underdog's odds divided by 100, and then multiply that by your bet amount. This will give you the profit. Betting moneyline for more than two competitors. So when betting money lines with more than two competitors, there will be a list of competitors with positive money lines. So who is the favorite? In this instance, the Bills are the favorite. Always remember that the competitor with the lowest odds represents the favorite. So this graph below is showing you a projection for the Super Bowl winner, or the odds for the Super Bowl winner, and everybody seems like they're an underdog. But that's not the case. The one with the lowest odds will be your favorite. Now, money lines with the same odds. So, bookmakers will list bets of two competitors they think are evenly matched at minus 110 each. Just note some books are now moving to a business model that lists them at minus 115. Now notice that the odds in an evenly matched competition are not evenly paid out, which means $1 wagered to $1 return. The payout on an even matchup would be $100 to win $90.91. That remaining $9.09 is the commission or the vigorish that the bookmaker keeps. So remember, you are giving the bookmaker a vigorish or a commission on losing bets and winning bets, no matter what side you're on. The point spread. This is a positive or a negative number that's applied to the margin of victory to determine the winning bet. Let's look below. The bookmaker clearly thinks the Bills are more likely to win than the Patriots and sets a point spread to make it an even matchup. After the result of the game, the bet is determined by either subtracting the points listed from the favorite or adding the points listed to the underdog's final score. Please remember, you do not do both. So, if you're on the Buffalo Bills side and it's minus 7 and the final was 21-13, the numbers in yellow are signifying that the minus 7 came away from the Bills. Now, if you were to bet on the Patriots, you would do the opposite. You would leave the Bills score at 21 and add 7 to the Patriots, making it 21-20. This means if you're a Buffalo Bills bettor, you would win the bet. Analyzing point spread bets. A positive indicates an underdog, whereas a negative indicates a favorite. When the margin of victory lands on the same number as a point spread, the bet is considered a push, or also known as a tie. The hook. The hook is a term that's related to the point spread that includes half a point. This makes a push impossible when betting on a point spread that includes a half a point. When calculating the result of your bet, it's treated just like every other point spread. So for instance, looking at the list below, Cincinnati Bengals plus 4.5 underdog. If you were Cincinnati Bengals bettor, final score was 21-20 Ravens, you add 4.5 to Cincinnati's total, comes out to 24.5-21. Since you bet on Cincinnati, you have won that bet and you can cash that ticket. Pick'ems. This is when a matchup is evenly matched and a point spread is not required. This is known as a pick'em. Sometimes you won't see moneyline odds next to pick'em spread bets. Here you can assume that the odds are minus 110. Or like noted before, some bookmakers' models are moving to minus 115. Below in that graph is something similar to what you would see at a bookmaker. Betting on the point spread. Most point spread bets have odds of minus 110, unless otherwise stated. Remember, point spreads can change from when the line first becomes available up to the start of the event. The bookmaker might change the spread after you place your bet, but your bet will be evaluated based on the spread when you made that purchase. So if you bet the Colts at plus 4 on Monday, and then on Saturday the line moved to Indy plus 2, your ticket still says plus 4, and that's what your wager will be graded. So even if the line moves, whatever it says on your ticket is what you play. Odds combined with point spreads. Sometimes when the bookmaker gets too much action on one side of a point spread bet, they will alter those odds. The altered odds on this money line do not change how the bets get evaluated other than the payout. So if you look below, the spreads stay the same, +4, -4, but the money line or the payout action actually different from the -110 that you usually see, or the -115 that's I shouldn't say most, but some books are moving to. Now let's look at other sports like run lines and puck lines. In basketball and football, the point spread fluctuates depending on the market. But in hockey and baseball, the spread always remains the same. The bookmaker will only adjust the odds associated with the puck or run line. So like you see below, on almost every game, I say almost every game, you will see for baseball +1.5 or -1.5, no matter who's playing. But the money line representing that, or the odds representing that spread, fluctuate. So as you can see, there's less of a payout for the Padres to cover that 1.5, whereas you're getting plus money for the Braves to win by 2 or more. Over-under bets. These are also known as the total bet. This bet is the total points scored in a competition to be over or under a certain total or a set total by the bookmaker. The winner of the game or the margin of victory has no significance on the outcome of the bet. So if you're looking down at the bottom, New York Giants at Green Bay Packers, the total is +41 or -41. So that benchmark is 41 points. You can bet whether it goes over the total or under the total. Over-under bets are much like point spread bets, where they fluctuate based on the market. So the total moves up when there's too much money on the over, and it moves down when there's too much money on the under. Just like point spread bets, the odds of the total can be changed by the bookmaker instead of the total number. So as you see down here at the bottom, same instance with the Giants and the Packers. Now you see 40.5 moved. So did the odds as well. +100 to go under, -120. So there was more money that went on the under. Parlays. So parlays is selecting 2 or more bets, tying their results together. This means that no individual bet can lose to win a parlay bet. You can mix and you can match any type of bet. So that means money lines, point spreads, and even totals. You can also mix and match games in different sports and also game times. So you can bet on games on Sunday. You can bet on the whole slate of NFL on Sunday in a parlay and also add in the Monday night game. If a game pushes or ties, your parlay bet is not declared a loser. The bookmaker just treats the parlay as if it's one size smaller. So for instance, if you played 4 games, you won 2, your third one pushed, they would just eliminate that third one and just play it as if there was a 3-team parlay. Odds for parlays. Odds of the parlay depend completely on the odds of the individual bets within the parlay. Payouts on parlays vary with different books. So different bookmakers will have different odds for all types of parlays. The parlays with only -110 bets have very similar payout odds from book to book. This will be displayed on the graph on the next slide. So on this slide, this is very comparable from book to book. These are the minus 110 parlay payouts. So on the left side is the number of bets. If you played 2 minus 110 individual bets into a parlay, the odds would be very close to a plus 264. Now remember, the payout would come to $132 in profit if you get both correct. Now this is projecting a $50 bet. Down for number of bets for 3 parlay, the line would move to plus 600. So if you went 3-0 on a $50 parlay, you would get $300 profit. Now remember with the parlay, you cannot lose one individual game. You have to go undefeated in that parlay for it to be declared a winner. What are teasers? These are similar to a parlay bet. You combine 2 or more bets that all must win to collect the payout. The difference is you can adjust the point spread or total in your favor. The downside, however, is the payout is greatly reduced compared to a parlay. Teasers are mostly used in basketball and in football. So football, you can tease the game from as much as 6, 6.5, or 7 points. Whereas in basketball, you can tease the game to 4 points, 5, or 6. Now this is just saying that if you have a pick'em, say if it's the Celtics versus the Golden State Warriors, and it's a pick'em, and you wanted to tease the Boston Celtics and make them a plus 6, you could do that in the teaser. Just remember though, bullet point number 2, the odds get greatly reduced, so you don't get the same odds as if you pick them as just a straight pick'em. Alternate bets. So quarters, halves, innings, periods. Bookmakers will set point spreads, money lines, and totals for only parts of the game that you can bet on. So say if you're betting a baseball game and you think that the starting pitcher for the Yankees is going to have a better outing than the starting pitcher for the Houston Astros, you could bet the Yankees in the first 5 innings. Next would be alternate point spreads. Now this is receive a different money line by placing a bet on a different point spread. You would see this a lot in hockey. Hockey, you can alter the point spread by betting a team in regulation instead of just straight money line to where it would go into overtime. Finally, over-under team points. This is also a popular bet. This is similar to a totals bet, but directed on a single team's bet above or below a certain number. So you could bet on Sunday when the Green Bay Packers play whoever they play, if their total is set at 2014 points, you could bet either above that or below that. Finally, exotic bets. You have prop bets. This is a wager on a specific situation to occur and how often. An example would be Saquon Barkley to rush over or under 75 yards in a game. Lastly, future bets. This is a wager that resolve when the entirety of the year concludes. So another example would be if you pick a specific team to win the Super Bowl. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this content and you want more, subscribe and make sure to hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, of course. And finally, don't be afraid to share this with a friend so we can all crush our bookmakers. Thank you again for watching. Peace.